Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. My name is V. We are more than happy to have you. We're so glad that the Holy Spirit, God, guided you here. You're here to get some information that will usually put together pieces of puzzle that you may have. So welcome to our channel. If you are new, I also encourage, as well as anybody that's subscribed to, you'll get the notifications. Please go ahead and go into the community tab. A large percentage of information, even songs that I hear from the Holy Spirit and things like that, that connect to these videos is actually in the community tab. So it will be more information, more encouragement there for you. So go ahead and hit the subscribe bell and notification bell so you can get that information. So sometimes it will actually make more sense when the videos come out because you've already received the information earlier or later also. So go ahead and check out the community tab down here as well. So for my OGs, welcome back, fam. Welcome back. I missed you. I so missed you. I really did. It's been long. Give me a hug. I'm hug there. Okay, there we go. Ooh, feel good now. So anyway, I was not planning on making these videos today, so I apologize if I look a hot mess and I'm in a wrinkled shirt. I just got back from the gym, y'all. My stuff is really in the dryer. I had to turn the dryer off just to make this video. So was not planning on making these videos, but the Holy Spirit's like gave me a message, which is already uploading now, which is blast off, and then this one's coming afterwards. He said to make this video separate because it is in one of my videos down here, but he wants it to be highlighted so that people can understand this specific part of revelation of God and revelatory knowledge that comes out, because it's very key. And he said, daughter, take it out and put it here in a separate video. So this video should not be more than 15 minutes long max, maybe 10 minutes or less. So I'm going to explain. So anyway, I'm very brief as much as I can be, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, Holy Spirit does use me to download a lot of information, kind of like Doc and Back to the Future. A lot of times there's a lot of us like out there like that too, from what I see. So this particular portion is in reference to revelatory knowledge and how the Holy Spirit taught it to me years ago when I asked about, like, I asked God, I said, what is true? I asked the Holy Spirit, I said, what is true? And this is how he revealed it to me, which was interesting because I was pondering a matter and I had not come up with an answer. And I was like, you know what? I don't get it, God. I don't know. I'm like, you need to give me the answer. I just don't understand. And I said, you know, what is really true? Is it X, Y, Z, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3? Which one is it? And I said, I don't know. So this is the way the Holy Spirit taught me. And this is kind of how, well, not kind of, this is how revelatory knowledge works with the Holy Spirit. So there are different dimensions to this planet. Just like there are different dimensions in the spirit realm. And he used this as an example to teach me. And I'm going to put it here because it will help clear up a lot. But I'm going to look at what the Holy Spirit is saying for other people as well that may have this. Also, and I said in the previous video today too, Ludacris has a line in his songs. It goes, you know, why do you talk so fast? And I'm like, he says, why do you think so slow? This is one of those days. So you have to keep up. It's a lot. So anyway, in reference to revelatory knowledge, I said, Lord, I don't get this. And I kind of left the question that I had, I don't remember what it was, on his lap. I was like, look, I'm just leaving this on the altar until you get me an answer. I said, I just don't understand it, right? So this is what the Holy Spirit did. He used my vision. So he literally took, I'm going to have to cover that up because you're not going to understand it. Maybe you will. Okay. So I did not know at the time that this is what he did. So he did it in phases, and it was kind of a teaching to reveal. So I said, Lord, don't get this question. So what he did is he took my vision, and in my vision, he drew, now you have to pretend you don't know what this is. He drew, all I saw was one red square. And he said, daughter, what is it? And I said, I stared at it for a good 5 minutes, and I'm like, I don't know, God. Is it a square? Is it a red square? And he literally used red as the first one. And I said, he said, yes, good. So after I got that, he did this. He said, daughter, what is it? I said, I don't know. He's like, okay. I said, Daddy, I really don't know. I was really kind of irritated. He was playing this kind of game with me. In all honesty, I'm like, I just wanted the answer to my question, but God doesn't usually do things like that with me. Back then he definitely did, and he was trying to teach me something. So I said, I really don't know. He's like, okay, good. So he then did this. He said, daughter, what is it? Again, I had the same answer. I don't know. And I was getting frustrated with the Holy Spirit at this point. So then he did this. He literally colored in the side of that box. And I was like, I'm starting to get it. And I'm like, Daddy, I don't know. I think it's a Rubik's Cube. He said, good. And it was as if this whole side, think of a side as a dimension, dropped out. Like it got erased. He said, good. So then he let me sit there for a minute. And then he said, good. And I'm totally confused right now because I'm like, why is he answering me with a Rubik's Cube, right? So he then said this. Now imagine this red sign isn't here. He said, daughter, what is it? And I'm like, we're still playing this game? In my mind, I'm being honest. I was like, we're still Holy Spirit, we're still playing this game? You know? And I'm like, I don't know, Daddy. He then repeated it again. He said, what is it? I said, Daddy, I don't know. We went back through. He colored the whole side, right? So after he did this for two sides, I'm kind of impatient in some areas, and, you know, although most people tell me I'm one of the most patient people on the planet. When it comes to getting answers and stuff like that, I think that's why he uses it. I'm kind of impatient. I'm like, okay, today. So I was just like, I think it's a Rubik's Cube. And I said it more like pronounced emphatically, like, okay, I'm getting frustrated here, Dad. He said, yes, good. And it was like he was kind of, or he was like, okay, fine, she's finally got it. And then I'm like, yeah, it's a Rubik's Cube, right? He says, yes. He says, knowledge and revelation is like that. It depends on what dimension you're looking at it from and what perspective. And I was like, oh. He's like, what dimension, what perspective? And the funny thing is a Rubik's Cube is a box and the Holy Spirit is outside the box. So if you take information based on inside your box and you limit him, you're going to have limited information, and you're going to have limited information inside that box. And that's not multidimensional information either. So this is how revelatory knowledge works too. So depending on what dimension you're looking at it from and what perspective you're looking at it from, you're going to get certain things from the Holy Spirit that he's going to reveal to you. And if you're looking at the Rubik's Cube, and he did do this on three sides, so I'm just going to color the side. If you're looking at the Rubik's Cube from the green side and you ask somebody, what is it? They'll say it's a green Rubik's Cube or a green cube. But if you look at it from the red side, it's a red cube. If you look at it from the blue side, it's a blue cube. So it depends on what side you're looking at it from and from what dimension. I'm going to get into that in another video, which is the next video, but he wants me to leave this here to make it clearer to some people for them to understand. Because, thank you, Holy Spirit, he says, some things and some laws work in some dimensions. That's all I know. That's all I can say. They work in some dimensions. So just sit with the Holy Spirit, ask him to give you information. And that is what he was trying to teach me about revelatory knowledge. And that sometimes, thank you, Holy Spirit. He just showed me this yesterday. Oh my God, you're so good. So he just said this and added to the video. His daughter added. So if you remember the accounts of the apostles, I was just reading this the other day. There's an account in the apostles, I'm sorry, in the Bible, where each apostle is giving an account of what happened. But one apostle will say one apostle will say one thing, another apostle will say another thing. So in other words, what they were leaving out was specific details, but they were all describing the same situation. So it was when all of them came together that you get the full revelation of what happened in that particular instance. And they each had to give their accounts because they're looking from different perspectives or different dimensions. You were so smart. So I was like, oh, and it's so true. So just leave that there and sit with the Holy Spirit and ask him to reveal to you, because this is almost 10 minutes and I don't really want to go over 10 minutes on this video. So I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.